Hey, hold on. Chelsea are cooking. Chelsea are cooking. Nice little comfortable victory today. Now they're in the Club World Cup final. I actually said that Chelsea will get to the Club World Cup final. So, early predictions. Curry, hey, let that shit land. All net. But, look, Chelsea are in the final of the Club World Cup. And, I'm already seeing people complaining. I'm already seeing some guy talking about Chelsea have made 104 million being in the Club World Cup final, and 10 million more they will get if they win it, when none of their players other than Thiago Silva, who playing for Fluminense today, participated in why they were there. Who cares, bro? Who cares? They're doing what they have to do. Did they make the rules? Did Chelsea make this Club World Cup? No. They had equal opportunity, just like everybody else, to be in this Club World Cup, and they have taken their opportunity and they're in the final. What are we complaining about? Why are we just trying to dampen everything? This is just like when PSG win a trophy. Oh, but the manner in which they've spent, or Newcastle win. Oh yeah, but it's murky with what goes on in Saudi. But bro, who cares? Who cares? It's football. And they're doing what they need to do. They didn't make the rules. They just participated in it. And they are in the final. Simple as that. Like, honestly, what people be talking about? Sometimes I feel like people don't even like watching the game or anything. Like, man just seen Joao Pedro score 2 bangers. Absolute bangers. The second one, he had no right to hit the ball that hard. This guy's hitting the ball the hardest he's ever hit the ball in his life. Then doing this. Brother, you ain't sorry. You ain't sorry. No man that's sorry hits the ball that hard. You don't hit the ball that hard. That's like when you're fighting with your little brother. You're not going to go bang him the hardest in his face, then say sorry. Maybe you give him a little gut punch and he starts crying. Mom, big bro hit me. And you're like, oh, sorry, I didn't know my strength. Joao Pedro has never hit a ball that hard. You ain't sorry. But you know what? I like that. Do the damn. You know what they say? They say, do it, then apologize later. Some people sit there and procrastinate. Oh, should I do this? What if I get in trouble? Do it, then apologize later. And that's what Joao Pedro did. Joao Pedro said, I'm going to rip that net, then I'll apologize. Yeah. So sorry, guys. I almost ripped the net. I almost killed the goalkeeper. I've just seen that, and the first thing I'm reading is about blah, 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 104 million. Why are they there? They're doing what they have to do. Congratulations to Chelsea for getting to the final. They're going to be playing against Real Madrid or PSG. And do you know what's perfect about that? Chelsea are in the final are in the Champions League next season. So that means they got the opportunity to play against a team that they will be playing against potentially next season Champions League, see where they are, see where their level's at. PSG are currently the best team in the world. Real Madrid are Real Madrid. It goes without saying. Alonso's got them playing a new style of football. It's going to be very interesting to see who goes through in that game. But you know what, right? Firstly, guys, make sure you like this video. But I had Chelsea. I've said, if you guys check my old videos, I've got Chelsea starting the season top of the league. I've got Chelsea starting the season top of the league. I looked at their fixtures. I looked at just the motion. I think this Club World Cup, as much as people say it's going to tire the players out, I think it's going to make them not have to go as ham in the preseason with the running and all of that type of stuff. Because relatively, these guys should all really be fit. They're going to go have a bender, drink, blah, blah, blah for a little bit in Ibiza and Marbella and whatever. But then they're going to come back relatively fit. It's just about burning out. But Chelsea have a big squad. They have a lot of players. Hey. And then when I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, they look good. They're purring. Tosin is sitting there looking comfortable at the back. Cucurella's carrying on from last season. Caicedo's doing his thing as usual. They got Joao Pedro in there. Listen, Liam Delap got 3 preseason games and they said, yo, this might be the end of you already, bro. This might be the end. Joao Pedro playing in that 9 role, but he always comes off it. I always say he reminds me of Gabriel Jesus, where you've got to let these two guys be free. They just got that Brazilian exuberance about them. They just love to run around, get involved. I was seeing him commit fouls at right back. At right back. That's what Wayne Rooney used to do. These guys, some people, you just let them go off. So is that going to be his position, the 9, and go around, or is he going to be in midfield? This is something that I asked the questions about when Chelsea were linked with the signing, or the signing was completed. Going to be interesting to see. You got the Gittins still to come in. Do you know what Chelsea are, right? I tweeted that Chelsea are the most fun team for me to watch as a neutral at the moment. And people are like, you, because of when I was on to Chelsea 2 seasons ago or whatever. But you know what it is? It's not really about that. You know what Chelsea are? They're like the perfect background. You know, like when you hear they call it background music, or like a background TV show. That's what Chelsea are. Honestly, they're the best background team. Like, you just be chilling. I might be just chilling on my phone. I look up. Sanchez is doing a madness. He's trying to concede. He's trying to throw the ball in the back of the net or whatever he's doing, stuck in the mud. You look up, Cucurella's flying down the line. You look up, Caicedo's flying into a challenge that he probably should have got booked for, but gets away with it. You look up, Cole Palmer's taking shots. You look up, Nico Jackson's doing something crazy. Joao Pedro's running here and there, scoring goals. Neto's running down the line. Chelsea are just like the perfect background team. Like, you get them sitcoms. You get them sitcoms that are just the best, that you just put them on their back. How I Met Your Mother. Friends. 2.5 Men. You're eating your food. You're doing whatever. Then you look up and something. You laugh. It's funny. That's what Chelsea are. Like, I don't have to focus too much. But when you're tapping in, you're just seeing things that you want to see. Technical players. So they're starting to understand it now. Now, some people are going to say it's just the Club World Cup. I'm not out here saying Chelsea are going to win the league or anything. But I do think they're going to start the season on fire. I just have this weird feeling that I think Chelsea are going to start the season on fire. I do think the Arsenals, I do think Liverpool, I do think City will catch up. We'll see where Chelsea's level are at. But I do think Chelsea will improve from last season. I don't even think they're done with their signings. They've still got more probably that they're going to do, because we know Chelsea are a very aggressive football team. One day you're just going to wake up, they're linked to a signing, and they've signed him 3 days later. It's just that's how Chelsea operate. If they're about to make potentially 114 million off this tournament, who knows what they're going to go and do with those funds? Who knows? They're still going to probably make sales of Nkunku, potentially Unoni Madueke. You know what I'm saying? But do you know what? Lies came into my room and he said to me, Cam, he asked me a quick question. He said, Cam, would you take Nico Jackson? And I said, yo, I ain't gonna lie. I would. I'm not gonna lie. I'm taking Nico Jackson. I mean, listen, my first choice is Ollie Watkins. But if Nico Jackson's available, what did he do? He held down the fort for Chelsea for 2 seasons. They said, okay, you got us to a certain place. You contribute to a certain place. Now we need to upgrade it, potentially when Delap will see. And Joao Pedro. That's what Man United need. Take me there. Take me there. I want to go there. Take me there. Let's go there. That's what take me there. And then we'll see from there, brother. Mikel was about to streak on the pitch when he saw Joao Pedro put the ball in the net. He's thinking, yo, my enemy. I'm here to turn up to my enemy's funeral. I turned up to my enemy's funeral just to see if he's dead. That's what it is for Nico Jackson. And you know what? If it's a Chelsea garage sale, get me involved. I mean, if Arsenal are going to do it all the time, yo, I might want yam some food too. What we got going on over there? Andre Santos, he's sitting on the bench every game. Just plug in Andre Santos and Nico Jackson. All of a sudden, I've got my centre mid and my number 9. Cunha and Buemu. And do you know what? Can we get a little loan? Can we get a little loan with a obligation? Loan with an obligation. Can we get a little one of those? Nah, but for real, listen. Why not? That might be something we have to look into, because you're looking at it. Delap is there. Joao Pedro is probably going to be a 9 option. He'll rotate, but he'll probably be a 9 option. Delap is relatively a very fit player, stays fit all the time. Nico Jackson, especially with his temperament, he wouldn't like being on the bench. He wouldn't like, sitting on the bench for these guys or not playing games, blah, blah, blah. So you saw when he came on, he should have passed to Cole Palmer. He snatched at it. That's him having Joao Pedro and Delap in his mind. In his mind. I think Nico Jackson hasn't kicked on. I thought he was going to kick on last season, maybe with his goal scoring and stuff. But I usually always say I think his link up and his back to goal plays very well. He's a nuisance. He can go down the line. He can go centrally, get people involved. So Lies, not a bad question. Not a bad. Is it the Chelsea garage sale or what? Is it the Chelsea garage sale or what? Because right now we're not in Chelsea's league. You know, Arsenal is different because Arsenal are competing with Chelsea, really. Now, like Chelsea are trying to get to Arsenal level. We're not in that picture. We're not in that picture. Don't put us in that picture. So, yo, might have to start eating a little bit off Chelsea. We might have to. But overall, congratulations to Chelsea to get into the final. Listen, I can't wait to see the final, though. I can't wait to see the semi-finals anyway, well, with PSG and Real Madrid. But congratulations to Chelsea. They're playing the right way. And do you know what I want? I just want to see Chelsea. Like, I prefer Chelsea when they're not doing this inverted thing. When Gusto's playing inverted, it's so annoying. But when they have, like, Reece James or Gusto out wide and Cucurella out wide and the two centre-halves, and then they got... and they got a midfield of Enzo, Caicedo. I love it when they have Lavia, but they had Palmer today. I like those teams. I like that. And maybe it's starting to see if they're fully blending into this Maresca way of playing. We're going to see in the league. This ain't the full test. We will see against PSG. We'll see against Real Madrid. This ain't the full test yet. But it's encouraging signs to come for Chelsea fans, I'm sure. And we know they're going to do something else. But what an introduction for Joao Pedro. You know, that's a brilliant player. That's somebody that was on my list of players to sign if you're going to shop in the Premier League market. Guys that are just going to instantly come in. But we signed Cunha, and I'm happy with Cunha as well, to be honest. You know, I'm happy with Cunha. But Cunha! Can you make a similar impact? Can you make a similar impact? Because... yo, we need something going on over at Old Trafford. Let me just tell you that. But guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn notifications on. Let me know what you think about Chelsea. Let me know if you think Chelsea are also going to win it. How do you think Chelsea are going to start the season? Hey, let's go back to enjoying football. Let's go back to enjoying football. Not just always criticizing, or you can criticize. That's normal. We all criticize. That is the nature of the game. However, like, let's talk football, man. I just came back, after watching Mind the Game pod, LeBron James's podcast, with Kevin Durant. And they were just talking pure basketball, pure hoops, appreciation of the game, the X's and O's, how this is done, how he came into... like, and that's just a pure combo. I like that, bro. I like that. Let's go back to talking about football like that. But guys, like, share, subscribe, turn notifications on. It's your boy, CultureCams. It's a late upload. Club World Cup season. I'm out. Peace.